Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Kate Mercy. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 neutral eyeshadow palettes that I think are going to be staples for summer 2021. If this is something you're interested in, please go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. It's strongly encouraged. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, hello again. So I try to be thoughtful with my selections and like picking out different tones of neutrals because it could be very easy for me to fall down a bunny hole that's like all blush shade neutrals or all like warm neutrals. So I tried to be thoughtful. I don't know how well I did, but let's get started. We're going to start off strong. And we're going to start with this one by Laura Lee Los Angeles. This is her Nudie number 2 palette. Unfortunately, this is currently out of stock, but the rumor mill says that it's going to be back in June. This is what the palette looks like. I just think that this offers like such a beautiful variety of tones in here. You have like your cool tones, you have your blushy tones, you have your peachy tones. So I think like if I could only stick with like one neutral palette for summertime, this would be it. The pigmentation on these, especially the shimmers, is honestly just astounding. Absolutely astounding. I did a terrible swatch in a terrible area, but just trust me, astounding. I think the price point is really fair. It's kind of that mid price range. So unfortunately, if you're looking for a more cost-effective option, this may or may not be it. However, if you're looking to get like a bundle, I know Laura does a really nice job of like bundling her products at a discounted price, and it's more, in my opinion, it makes the products more bang for your buck, more cost effective. So if you're kind of on the fence about like whether you really want to spend, you know, the $45 or whatever it may be, I'll be happy to link it down below on this palette. A, if you did, I don't think you'd be disappointed, and B, definitely check out her bundles because I think that those give you more value. Next up is by Colourpop, and admittedly, this was like kind of interesting for me to like review my eyeshadow palette collection because what I noticed is that I don't have, oddly enough, a ton of neutral palettes by Colourpop. I typically am drawn to their colorful palettes. However, this one definitely stood out. I've been wearing it quite a bit lately and just really wanting to embody a bronze goddess fantasy. This is their Good as Gold palette. This is in no way like new or anything. This is what the inside looks like. So I really enjoy the range in here. I enjoy that it has those lighter shades, but it also has these deeper shades depending on the kind of look that you're going for. And then of course it has these shimmer shades in here as well. I really enjoy this. I think, again, if you're going for like a bronzed goddess moment, this really embodies that, and you can do different looks. It can be simple, but it can also, of course, like build it up and be really dramatic. So I think you would not be disappointed in this palette if you bought it. Something I want to disclaim too in this video, my hope with doing these types of videos where it's like 5 palettes that will be perfect for summer is that like you can go into your collection and maybe you already have these palettes and you're like, holy smokes, I totally forgot about this because it's not a new palette. Or you can go into your own collection and say like, what are my top 5 palettes, you know, in this color story or in this range that I'm really excited to use for summer. So my goal with these videos, of course, none of the goals is like to enhance consumerism. I think we have enough consumerism going on here. My goal is for like all of us to feel inspired by our own collections and like pull out products that maybe we haven't given enough attention to and look at it in a new way and use it in a new way. Next up is by none other than Natasha Denona. So this is probably my favorite palette of her. It's definitely my favorite palette of hers of all time, but it's like probably one of my favorite palettes of all time. This is her bronze palette. This has literally the most beautiful bronzed shades. I honestly think that this is going to be like a favorite year-round palette because I can see myself using this a lot in the fall. When this launched, I believe it was last fall, I got a ton of use out of this, and I think it's going to continue well into the summer. It just has like staple neutrals. The formula is like literally unbeat on these. I absolutely love this palette. This is more of a splurge item. This does retail for $65. If you're looking for a splurge item and you don't already own this palette, I would seriously suggest you investigate this one, but only if you're looking, of course, for a splurge item. I don't think you'll be sorry if you pick this one up. This next palette is by Too Faced, and just kind of saying those words out loud seems like, wait a minute, it's by who? Because Too Faced, I feel like, is not a brand anymore that is like largely talked about, especially their eyeshadow formula and like the unfortunate series of inconsistencies that typically shows up in their formulas. However, I think that this one, their Natural Eyes palette in this packaging, is worth the splurge, is worth using. I just think that like it has a nice array in here that kind of leans more cool toned. So that's admittedly in part why I chose this one, because I was trying to think like if I'm going for like an everyday look in the summer and I want it to be easy and I want it to be a little bit more cool toned, like who do I reach for really? And it's this one. I just think that it, like, the formula is very consistent in this one. It's not going to blow your mind in the way that perhaps the Laura Lee palette will or the Natasha Denona one will, but it will not let you down in ways that other palettes, unfortunately by Too Faced, will. It has a nice formula, a nice consistency, and I think these neutrals are something that everybody can enjoy. We can all love and enjoy these neutrals, and they do lean a little bit cooler tone, so if that is your vibe, I don't think you'll regret digging into this one. Last but certainly not least is another warm toned one. Warm tones are just kind of my preference, so I apologize. I have like multiple of these in here. This one is by Huda Beauty, and this is her Topaz Obsessions. I just think that this is like such a cute, compact little nugget. I've only admittedly used it a handful of times, but I put it in this video and I had a discussion with myself where I said, self, you got to use this more, because it really does have like just a very unique color story in the sense that it has like this really nice pretty pop of orange, and I love pops of orange. So when I say unique, it might not be unique to your collection, but it is to mine. And I think that I'm going to get a lot of use out of this summer. And I just think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this summer. The texture on these and the blendability are both like outstanding. I just think, like, all in all, Huda has a pretty consistently good formula that I really appreciate. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to my channel down below. As always, please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!